prove a point because, okay, so the weight loss wasn't what I was expecting. Back in the day, I would be so disappointed with myself that that would be the first thing I would run to. Food. Ben & Jerry's, chips, candy bars. Digging out of the garbage like I admitted 2 videos back. Still can't believe I did that. So, like I discussed on Monday's video, today I really want to talk about a lot of the diet plans that I had done in the past and discuss with you what were the things that I took from each one of those plans to put it in my journey this time. So the first one I really want to talk about, I think we all know which one it is. It's the one where we count points. I love that idea. I love being able to figure out exactly, you know, what I can eat. It teaches you portion control. It teaches you all of that. The one thing though that really didn't work for me is that my job is extremely busy, and a lot of times it would be great if I just stayed to the same foods that I ate every day, but a lot of times when I traveled, a lot of the foods that I would eat would not be automatically programmed, you know, into my little calculator. So it took me a lot of time to figure out how much was this, how much was that, because you had to do that with everything you ate, and if you didn't make it, you had to kind of figure it out. So that part of it got really frustrating for me, because then there were times that I stopped even adding the points into the calculator and things like that. So, but the good things that I love about it, the fruit, you can eat all the fruits you want, 0 points. Veggies, 0 points. Well, that's a given. But what I like what they've done now is they've added chicken breast, eggs, those types of things. And that was one of the things that I decided when I started this journey again, was that I was going to incorporate a lot of those 0 point foods into my plan. So I didn't have to worry about it. Plus, they filled me up. The second one I want to talk about is the high fat, low carb. Loved this plan. I was not hungry. I was not craving the foods that I typically did. However, the one thing about this plan, it didn't work for my body. And let's just say I ended up in the emergency room for being on this plan. So I kind of had to revisit whether or not I needed to continue, or could I continue on that plan. But I still love that community. I still support that community. But what I am taking away from that specific plan was something that haunted me for a long time, and that was being afraid of fat. I am a creature of the 90s, where everything that we were supposed to eat was non-fat, fat-free, those types of things. But now, right now, I am not afraid to use butter. I'm not afraid to use oil. I'm not afraid of the high-fat types of foods like cottage cheese. Yogurt. I'm not buying any more of that non-fat. I am using the full fat product that in the past I was actually scared to use. So with doing that, it's also filling me up. Now within that plan too, I was introduced to this thing called intermittent fasting. And I think a lot of you guys know and have heard about intermittent fasting, but that is something that I started to incorporate into my plan as well. So I stopped eating at 7 p.m. And I'll be honest, sometimes it doesn't work. But most of the time right now, I have learned to stop eating after 7 p.m. I sleep through the night, I get up, and I don't eat until I'm hungry, which goes again against everything that we were taught, that breakfast is the most important part of your day. You need to eat or you're gonna just screw up your whole metabolism. Okay. The next one I want to talk about is my husband falls within this category of just move more. Just get out there and exercise. That's all you have to do. Don't worry about it. Well, first of all, I hate exercise. Second of all, my knee is screwed up. I cannot get out there and do all the things that you would typically do when you start to exercise. Again, I am years old, so my bones aren't as strong as they used to be. And let's just be honest, they're brittle as hell. So the more and more I read up on is exercise is pretty much a very, very small part of a weight loss plan. The biggest part is getting that nutrition under control. And so in the past, I would be so worried about doing my nutrition and making sure I'm doing that walk and making sure I'm doing this and that. And again, remember, I hated exercise. So that brings me to this thought process in my head where I did not want to work out. So thus, I don't need to eat better. And it was just this vicious cycle. So right now, I'm taking exercise completely off my plate. However, I am going to lose 40 pounds before I start incorporating exercise into my lifestyle. So right now, I am not worried. I am not caught up with not doing it. It's making me stronger mentally because I'm being successful with my nutrition. And the exercise part of it, don't worry. All you people out there going, oh my God, you have to exercise. I do understand we have to exercise, but I need to lose weight first. I need to make my body lighter in order for me to feel comfortable and want to be successful with exercising. Oh my God, the drinks, the soups, the stuff, all this stuff that we, ooh, drink this and the pounds will melt away. Who has been on one of those diets, those fad diets? And did they work? For about 2 weeks, until I wanted to stick a fork in my eye and I was starting to eat a doorknob because I was so hungry. But the one that I did get something out of it that I'm using now is with lemons. Now lemons and lemon juice is a great thing for your digestive system. And it also helps you to detox all that crap in your body. So the one thing now that I'm incorporating into my plan is sometimes I'm able to do it, sometimes I'm not, but as much as I can, I am drinking a full glass of lemon water. And I'm doing it right now in the morning, and hopefully I'll get into the habit of doing one at night before I go to bed too. So I'm feeling a little bit better after doing that too. So that, even though it was a crappy diet, that whole lemon thing and getting me introduced to what lemon and lemon juice can do is a win-win. Prepackaged foods. Okay. I did lose a lot of weight on one of them. And it was really good at the time for me because let me tell you something. That whole just grab and go and you are set works great for my lifestyle. But again, some of the things that didn't work so well for me was the taste just wasn't there. Some of the stuff was good, but some of the stuff was really bad. But again, within that whole prepackaged diet plan, I learned that it's always important to prep your meals. I didn't have to spend all this money on all of these prepackaged meals because, let's be honest, those types of things are pretty expensive. So what I do now is on Sundays, I now prepare my lunches for the rest of the week. My husband now, I'm training him to get me my dinner ready for when I get home. But the lunches itself, I learned that I need to prep. And the prep is what's important. And the prepackaged meal diet plans is what taught me that. Diets. When you hear the word diet, what do you think? I think restriction. I think cardboard. I think my life is over. I can't go out. I can't have fun. I need to stay in my house and just stare at the wall and pray to Jesus that I don't eat a whole pizza. Yeah, that's why diets typically don't work. So what have I learned from that? I have learned that when we all go into a diet plan, we all think it is all or nothing. You either stick to plan or you don't, and then you binge, and then you're done, and now you failed. One of the things I've learned is that you cannot do everything at once. I read that our willpower in our brain is only so big. It only has the capacity to do so much. And what pisses me off more than anything is that people like me, and possibly you, that are overweight, we're considered lazy. But you know what? I'm not lazy. I am not lazy. I work my ass off. I really do. And part of the thing is most of the willpower that I use up, I'm using throughout the day for my job and working for other people. So by the time I get home from work, my willpower capacity has reached its limit and something's got to give. So what I'm doing now is I am starting off slow. This is truly, for me, a lifestyle change. I am changing my life. And I cannot do that overnight. I cannot do it like that. So 2 months ago, I decided that I was going to eat 1 fruit and 1 veggie a day. I was going to incorporate those 2 things in my diet regardless of how I felt. Because I decided that I can do that. And then what I decided after I did that and got used to it, I added another fruit and added another vegetable. Next thing you know, I was eating 2 fruits a day and 2 vegetables a day. And again, I hate healthy food. This body is raised on processed food, y'all. So instead of setting myself up for failure, I decided, hey, let's set myself up for success. And after I was able to do that, and my palate starting to change a little bit, like if you follow me on Instagram, you're seeing I'm eating Brussels sprouts. What? Asparagus. I'm eating cauliflower. I haven't tried that rice cauliflower yet because it's scaring me a little bit, but I'll get there. I know I'll get there. But my point is, we have to start off slow. We have to learn how to change our life in little bits of successes. So I promised myself this year, Stephanie, this is the year that you are going to get healthy. And if you lose a little bit weight along the way, that's great. And how in the hell can I not lose weight if all I'm eating is healthy food? Right? That's another reason why I'm not incorporating exercise right now. I can't. Aside from my mental state of exercise, my physical body is not ready to exercise. So I'm going to wait to incorporate that until I can have some successes. And that's what this whole journey for me right now is all about, is taking those things that work, things that are successful, and implementing them, and taking that expectation of, oh my God, I gotta lose 100 pounds within 6 months away. Because I will lose 100 pounds, but I'm not expecting to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. I will lose 100 pounds, but it may take a little bit longer. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Okay, woo! So, that's kind of a sum up of what I'm doing. I know that I'll talk a little bit more in depth of everything that I have been incorporating, but that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'm also incorporating whole foods and things like that, and I will share that a little bit more later. But you guys, it's Thursday. We're almost there to the weekend. We can get there. And thank you so much for stopping by and listening to this. And hopefully, you know, maybe you've learned a little something. I don't know. I'm just rambling into this camera, again, talking mostly to myself. But if you're watching and you got something out of it, that's fantastic. So on Monday, I haven't decided what we're gonna do on Monday, but maybe we'll do another recipe with nut fog. I think a lot of you really like that. And you know, we are the Hot Mess Express. So when you watch that, you know you're gonna feel better about yourself. So anyway, my fabbies, remember, don't forget to subscribe. And if you do want to follow me over on Instagram, I'm Holy Crap, I'm Fat. So have a fantastic rest of your Thursday and have a great weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. Mwah.